Hey everyone, welcome to a early morning stream. We're going to be watching an Indie World showcase here in about 50 minutes. We got 15 minutes of whatever the heck they're going to show. As far as I can tell, nothing is really leaked from the Indie World, which is always interesting. Sometimes we get leaks from it, sometimes we don't. It seems this time around we don't have anything leaking from it. Lots of people predicting all sorts of things. You can see this even in the official chat here, where people aren't actually being too mean yet. You know, the drop the price stuff's going to pop up. You know, people being mad and saying the event sucks is going to pop up. I see a lot of Deltarune popping up in the official chat. Mugenics for Switch, you know, Pizza Tower 2. So you're seeing a lot of different ones being brought up. Anton Blast 2 today. So yeah, you're seeing a lot of people hoping for lots of different things. Personally, I don't even know. Outside of a release date for Mina, I don't really have anything in particular that I'm like, oh, maybe that Mouse PI game, because I know they delayed that, so like seeing that again would be interesting. But besides that, I don't really have a ton of indie games on my radar at the moment. Claire Obscura 33 account posted, look at the date. What? No way. No way that would be today. That's way too big. It's way too big of a game to be in here. Hold on. Let me go look at this. Expedition 33. Let's see here. Happy 3-3 day. I think they're just celebrating the fact that it's March 3rd. AKA 33, AKA Expedition 33. Yeah, yeah, they have a whole thing about it. Yeah, if you look at their account, they have a whole thing about it. They reposted some fan art. Said we're kicking off 3-3 with a 3-day art and photo mode challenge. Yeah. So like looking at the date, it's just talking about it being March 3rd. Yeah, it's got nothing to do. It's got nothing to do. There's no way Expedition 33 would be in an indie. There's no way. If that's going to be in either a partner showcase or a general direct, that would never be in an indie. Indie worlds are too small for something like that. Something like Mina being in here, sure. Something like Mouse PI, sure. Not Expedition 33. Why is it Japan Nintendo Twitter saying the indie direct is 25 minutes long? Because Japan's indie direct is 25 minutes long. Basically, if you guys didn't know, Japan's directs, be it Nintendo Directs, partner showcases, or Indie Worlds, are not the exact same as the ones over here because they're localized to Japan. So there'll be a bunch of things that are announced in the Japanese one that's literally only for Japan. And some of it's bringing over games that are already out here, but just never released in Japan, coming to Japan. So that's why you see like their Indie World 7 minutes longer, because they have more games being shown off that are coming to Japan that aren't releasing here or already did release here and are now releasing in Japan. So as Karkun says, they get indie games sometimes later in the West. Like that's really the big difference is, yeah, there's going to be more games in theirs, but they're probably going to be games we already have here for the most part. So, all right, let's see here. Dude, why do people I understand that Expedition 33 is an indie game. It's not going to be in an indie world. It's too big of a game, guys. Expedition 33 is too big. I'm talking about a GOTY winner. Like this is going to be, that game is going to be, if it does come to Switch 2, it's going to be in a general direct and or a partner showcase. Yeah, PI looks good. It does look good. I know it got a slightly delayed, not a crazy delay, but I could see us seeing that again today. Mouse PI is not out today. It got delayed. It was supposed to come out. Hold on. That game is not being shouted up. That game comes out. Let's see. April 16th, or it got yeah, it got delayed. So it was March 19th, and now it's April 16th. So it already has a release date. It's coming out next month. So it got delayed a month. That said, I do expect to see possibly Mouse PI today, possibly Mina. hopefully with a release date. Besides that, I don't really know what else to expect. Good morning. Today, 9 years ago, the Switch released. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. I even put up a tweet about it at midnight or around midnight because I picked up my Switch at midnight. You can see right here. 9 years ago, I picked up my Nintendo Switch from GameStop at a midnight launch. How time flies. Did I get Breath of the Wild with it? Yes, I did. I also got 1-2 Switch. I can't remember if there was anything else I got game-wise. There might have been one other game I got. Bomberman, maybe? Return of the Almighty King. Beautiful historical story. It's been an amazing run. Who gives a fuck? I'm like, well, you're following a Nintendo account, so Nintendo fans give a fuck. They don't have to give a fuck that I have a memory from picking it up, but... All right. What are some of my favorite indie games on Switch 1 and Switch 2? So this is a full confession that I don't really play a ton of indie games. So even with my Switch 2 right here, I'm not gonna see a whole lot on here. I mean, Cadence of Hyrule, but you know, I mean that was because of Zelda, right? So the indie game I have on here, I got Supermarket CEO Simulator. I play once in a while. But besides that, there's like nothing on here. Fall Guys, I guess. Be Castled. I did play Be Castled for a while. That was the indie game. Obviously, I have the demo for Mina. I'm really excited for Mina, but that's not out yet. Ruffy. I did play Ruffy in the Riverside. Let's see here. Fast Fusion. Biomutant was actually pretty good. These are like literally games I have on my system. Boomerang Fu. That's a really fun game. That game's really fun. Let's see what else I'm missing from Switch 1 that I never re-downloaded. I'm trying to skip anything that I only played as a sponsorship and didn't play after. Let's see here. Port Royale, are they indie? I played a lot of Port Royale when that first came out, Port Royale 4, but I don't think they're indie. Maybe they are. Is Control, is that by an indie studio? I can't remember if Control and then the new Control coming out is. I don't think that's an indie studio. Ninjala. I was actually a little disappointed with Ninjala. It was way better, and then they made a bunch of changes for launch, and to me it got significantly worse. Let's see here. Yeah, there's Cadence of Hyrule. Galactic Z Variant S. I really enjoyed that one. Hades and Hades 2. Feudal Alloy. I actually reviewed that game. I really enjoyed Feudal Alloy. Yeah, Brawlhalla. It's alright. Brawlhalla's alright. Hollow Knight, obviously. Hollow Knight's a big one. I really enjoyed Hollow Knight a lot. Hiroki was really good as well. Overcooked and Overcooked 2. Blossom Tales, that's another really good one. You guys never picked up Blossom Tales? It's like a Zelda-like game. It's really, really good. Tiny Metal. Tiny Metal was also one that I played. I really liked a lot. That one's like kind of like an Advance Wars kind of game. Really, really good. Ukulele, and I guess now you would say I would say Ukulele. Golf Story. Sports Story was a really big disappointment. That was a waste of money. Golf Story was fantastic. So yeah, that's kind of like my sampling of indie titles. Again, haven't played like a shitload of them. I'm not the biggest indie title person. But I do play some. I played Tunic on my phone. But yeah, I don't play a ton of indie titles. I am picking up Mina. I did play Shovel Knight. Oh, I might have played that on PC actually. That's why it's not on my. Some of my indie games aren't on my Switch too. But, no, Tall Show. They said my favorite indie titles, not ones that I believe should never exist. Let's see here. So yeah, I have some indie games, but it's not like I've played a ton of them. Did I get First Squadron Phoenix? Well, Cartcut, I'm on a game buying freeze, so I haven't gotten anything. Snipper Clips. Yeah, I had Snipper Clips. That might be an indie title. Was Snipper Clips an indie title? I thought that was... Who made Snipper Clips? SFB Games, but it was Nintendo who published it. Okay. What do you consider an indie game? Expedition 30 Days seems to me too big of a studio budget to be an indie game. No, it's an indie game. It's an indie game. It is literally an indie game. It's the first game that studios ever made. They did it completely independent with no major outside funding. It's an indie game. The team's not even that large. I mean, you could argue a little bit large for a indie studio, but there are indie studios that have like 30 people. So, am I ready for Garden Simulator 2 Growing Seasons Deluxe Plus Switch 2 Edition? Sure. Let's see here. Play Demon School, great Switch 1 and 2 indie game like Persona. I don't like Persona, so I know, don't roast me at the pyre over here. I don't like Persona. What kind of game is Mouse PI? I'll just show you a trailer. Easiest way to show you is just a trailer. Mouse PI is one I've had my eye on since it got revealed.
There's something rotten at the heart of Mouseburg.
Crooks beware. Detective Pepper's in the house.
There are those who would bend the city to their will.
Dumb wise guys and fake cheese wheels.
And those who do anything to save it.
They won't even know what hit them. Oh boy. Here we go.
Yeah, and then here's a longer trailer.
8 digits, 8 shots. Could crack a safe. Could mark a date. Only one way to know. Find the numbers before they find me.
Beat it, Gumshoe.
I'm out here building a future. Get rid of the shoes. Well, well. Guess that just made my day.
Unfortunately, that's not when it's coming out. It got delayed to April 16th, but still. There you go. Yeah, it's a really cool looking game. And it's looked good every time it's been shown. No, don't apologize for hijacking the stream. The ads are the ads. That's how you get my attention, is adding me. So, is there any announcements you're expecting to hear about? I just want the Mina the Hollower release date. That's like my number one indie I'm looking forward to this year, is Mina the Hollower. So, that is one I do plan to pick up. And it's possible I might get a review copy of it as well. So, I'm on that Game Buy and Freeze, but I'm friends with Celia. They're head of PR and stuff. So I have a good feeling I'm probably going to get a code for it, but I really want to play that game pretty bad. It is so fun. If you guys haven't played the demo yet, you got to play the demo. It's so good. And there's like things me and Thunderstash know about the game we can't talk about publicly yet they're doing. Dude, Yacht Club Games went all the fuck out with Mina. Slay the Spider 2 in 2 days, says Sketch. Cool. Cardigan says they're expecting the Eternal Life of Goldman demo or release date to drop. Okay. Mina, do you guys not know what Mina the Hollower is? Nickelma? Do you not know? There's literally a demo of it on Switch 2 right now, and on Switch. Have you ever heard of Shovel Knight? Crown Sworn is a must play when it comes out, like Hollow Knight. Crown Sworn. I've never heard of that one. But yeah, I'm on record that, I've said this many times. I'm not the biggest indie gamer. I do think indie games are extremely important. It just so happens that I cover Nintendo and they release a game every month, and that just about fills up my ability to play games. That said, I still pick up some indie games here and there that just I literally don't want to miss. Like Mina's one I really don't want to miss. Crown Sworn trailer. Sure. So it looks like Hollow Knight plus guns, basically. The Mina demo was up for a limited time in the eShop back then. They haven't put the demo back up as of yet. Oh, they haven't? Well, maybe today. Maybe today they put the demo back up. Or a new demo. I have no idea. I still have the Mina demo. But I guess, if it was a limited time release. Which is weird. I don't know why they limited timed it. Maybe they have to pay for the demo to be there, and so they didn't want to pay for it to be there for longer than they needed to. Because I know that a lot is riding on Mina for Yacht Club games. They've talked about this publicly, so I could talk about it. Yacht Club games is basically out of money. And it's their own fault. And they know it's their own fault. They need Mina the Hollower to do very well. If I had a game to recommend, I'd recommend Risk of Rain Returns. It's a difficult roguelike that is only on Steam and Switch. Don't know if it counts as an indie game though. I'd have to look at who made it. It's probably an indie game. I thought that it was weird that they had Mario 35 as a limited time game. Yep. Since we got a release date for He-Man and the reveal of the classic Marvel collection, I know that doesn't really count as an indie. You want the release date for Toxic Crusaders? That would be great. Toxic Crusaders, dude. I've played Toxic Crusaders like 20 times in the last like 3 years at all these events I've gone to, and I don't know, like the game has felt polished and ready to go this entire time. But obviously, what we're playing at these events are just demos, right? It's not the full game, so it's crazy to me like how much Toxic Crusaders I have played and how the game still isn't out yet. It's just wild to me. Let's see here. Mina got off to a bad start. Why announce a release date October 30th and delay it to an unannounced date? Well, they legitimately thought they were going to make the release date of October 30th. So when they announced that release date, they were very, very, very confident they would hit it. But obviously, they are still a really small team. They haven't really grown that much at all since the Hollow Knight, oh my fucking god, Shovel Knight days. And so, as they got to October, they kind of realized, hey, we could release the game, but why? It's not currently ready. Like, we don't want to release an unpolished game. So they delayed it indefinitely because they weren't done polishing the game. And they know they have a reputation, thanks to Shovel Knight, of releasing very tight, very well polished games. And they made some mistakes with some of their development behind the scenes with a different project that led to them kind of running out of money. And so they have put their entire team, everyone, on Mina, and they just want to make sure it's ready to go. They don't want to release it, and they need the game to do well. So they don't want like a bunch of backlash for like broken things and bugs and all of that. And I want to be clear, they're doing some crazy things with this game. It's a very ambitious game. Mina the Hollower was never supposed to be this big ambitious project for them, but it turned into that, and it's fantastic. But we got to get the game out the door. So thankfully, it sounds like they're pretty confident it's going to be coming out here in the first 6 months of the year. So yeah, you can still boot up the demo from Mina. Yeah, if you have the demo downloaded, you can still boot it up. We had a gifted member come in from Sydney Estes. Thank you so much, Sydney. It went to Ollie Oxen 2187. Thank you so much, Sydney. That ups our member count to 247. Risk of Rain Returns was made by a studio called Hopu Games. It's published by Gearbox. After the game came out, the main two guys that made the game left to work at Valve on Deadlock. Okay, cool for them. Let's make sure I didn't miss anything. So yeah, guys, we got what 25 minutes ago. I think Nintendo even has the stream live already. Yes, they do. There's just no sound. So we'll close their chat. Yeah, we're good on that. Do they have this in 4K? They are streaming in 4K, so we're gonna switch to the 4K stream. All right. I figured because they have Switch 2 indies in here. Is Fortnite considered an indie game? No. Epic Games is massive. Epic has like over 4,000 people. They're like the size of Nintendo. Just to give you perspective. Like, okay, never mind. Nintendo is twice the size of Epic. So they're about half the size of Nintendo. That is not an indie. That is not an indie studio. That is very much a AAA studio. Mario's the biggest indie game, right? Yeah. It is independent. Doesn't rely on anyone but the parent company. But it's not what people would call it indie. Especially because they're a platform company. They have their own platform, so they're a platform holder. So the first party. Atomic Samurai has to leave. How long till it begins? 23 minutes. Hope we see Witchbrook. Oh yeah, Witchbrook. I haven't seen an update on Witchbrook in a while. Refreshing myself on what that game was. Oh yeah. Yeah, we could see this today. Witchbrook. It's been a while since we've seen Witchbrook. Totally forgot about this one. We could definitely see this one today. I have not played Escape from Ever After. Yeah, kind of like a Harry Potter meets Stardew Valley sort of vibe. Broom flying. All right. So what is it? Someone said, Cloud Expedition 33 had a 40 million budget. Fortnite that's over 20 million. It's not about the budget. It's about the studio and the studio size. Again, Fortnite had more than 30 people working on it. And it still does, definitely to this day. I bet you Fortnite probably's got like 1,000 developers working on it right now. Because the rate at which they pump out content, you almost have to have that many. I've heard of Dusk. Yes, Ollie, I've heard of it. You just got a hash brown and 2 sausage McGriddles for breakfast. God, fuck off. Fuck you. God damn it. Do I want to change the topic title? Nah, too lazy. I know I normally change it to Indie World, but it literally just says just having fun. Can we not have fun within Indie World? They took up 2 first rows at the Game Awards, dude. How is that an indie game studio? Yeah, that was their entire team. You know that, right? That's the entire studio. How is that an indie? That's literally it. That there is nobody else. That was the entire fucking studio. Do you realize how small that is? Yeah, it's not like a 1-person indie studio or a 5-person studio. That was it though. That was the entire studio. I just want you to like visualize it. That's it. There is nobody else. So yeah, they took up the first 2 rows and that's it. That's the whole company. There was literally nobody else that works there. So yes, that's very much an indie studio. The reason it doesn't feel like it is not just because of the budget. It's because they were all former AAA developers. So they were able to make a AAA style game because of their experience, basically. Also, it's interesting when we talk about the 40 million because according to the people who made the game, the budget was less than 10 million. I'm curious where the 40 million number came from, the person brought up, because according to the people who made the game, the budget was less than 10 million. So it was not a 40 million budget to make the game. According to the people who made the game, it was less than 10 million. Let's see here. Was Cadence of Hyrule an indie game? Yeah, it was made by. It was a crossover indie game. God, who makes Cadence? Oh my god, why am I drawing a blank? It's because it was so long ago. Why am I drawing a blank on the developer? Brace Yourself Games. Yeah. Have I played Resident Evil 9 yet? I have not booted it up yet. It installed. I'm still plugged in charging this from the day I showed you that it installed. No, I have not had a chance to play it yet. Busy guy. Lots going on. What do I have going? I feel like I have something going on today that I want to forget about. Check my calendar here. Oh no, I don't have anything going on today. Okay, no. One of my kids does, but it's not with me around. So, all right. I have a friend hoping for Silksong DLC and Eugenics console release. Yeah, I know a lot of people are hoping for Eugenics. Get announced today. It's possible. I see Trips for tweet out he has a Switch 2 and we'll give impressions soon. Good for him, man. He bought it just to shit on it. We all know. We all know. If he said that, he bought it to shit on it. That's assuming that he actually bought it. Yeah, he bought it to shit on it. One of the very first things he said about it is the screen is so bad. Oh, no. Sorry. He didn't buy it. Guys, Gotta clarify, he didn't buy it. It's not mine. A family member claimed he was bored, so he let my sons borrow it. So he's not even playing it himself. It's his kid playing it. Objective impressions on it the next few days. One, impressions aren't objective. That guy an objectivity, are you kidding me? Oh my god. Yeah, one of the first things he says about it, the Switch 2 display is very disappointing. It's so dimmed compared to your OLED. Well, no shit, it's not an OLED panel. You need to compare it to Steam Deck LCD. Oh man. Sorry, I wanted to be objective, but it's too much to ignore. It's so stupid. All right, and he's done. He only had access for a few hours, so he no longer has access. So the only thing he said about it is that his son likes it. He just doesn't like that his son can't touch the screen in Mario Kart. And then he bitched about the screen. So basically, Tripster said absolutely nothing about anything. What a shocker. What a shocker. Anyways, enough of that guy. You wonder if they're going to show Poker Night at the inventory? I have no idea. What are some things you'd like to see in the draft? I just want to see Mina. It's the only game that maybe Mouse PI. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to get Mouse PI, but Mina the Hollowa. Trisha said it was hanging out by a thread. Yeah. The multi-billion-dollar company posting profits every quarter is hanging on by a thread. Oh man, I might even see in that tweet, but I wouldn't be surprised if he replied to someone and said it. It's like, dude, let him be. Man, he's just so biased. It's insane. Let's see here. The Mario Galaxy movie, Zelda remake this year, Zelda movie, new 3D Mario next year. I have no idea, man. Well, the movies, sure. We're obviously getting the Galaxy movie and the Zelda movie. We know about that. The rest, who knows? Did the bed bugs bite? No, I don't have bed bugs. Did you get Resident Evil 9 for Switch 2? I do have Resident Evil 9. I'll show it here. Hold on. So I got a code on here to keep my kids off. All right. So I do have Resident Evil 9. You can see it right here. I have not booted it up yet. It was gifted to me by someone on the channel who accidentally bought an extra copy. They didn't buy it specifically for me. They accidentally bought one, and it was digital, so they couldn't return it, so they just gave it to me. I will be playing it at some point this week, but no, I haven't had the opportunity yet. And I want to be clear. I shouldn't say I haven't had the opportunity. The gaming time I have gotten lately, I've been playing World of Warcraft Midnight. So I've been gaming. I just haven't been gaming on my Switch 2 because I'm playing World of Warcraft Midnight right now. But World of Warcraft Midnight is going to be down today, maintenance, I believe. So I might get Resident Evil booted up today. We'll see. I don't want to guarantee that or anything, but we'll see. But I've been playing the new X-Pack for a while, so that's what I've been using my gaming time for right now. What's for lunch later? Some plain lettuce, basically, with spinach stuff, cabbage. It's my same lunch every day right now. I plan on taking my best friends to watch Mario Galaxy movie in IMAX and paying for the tickets as their birthday gifts. since we are all fans of the Mario games. Cool. Tall show. How about that hit totally indie title, Rhythm Heaven Groove? Just beat Resident Evil 9 last night. Strap in, it's so good. Yeah, one thing I like about Resident Evil games is they're not like, you know, 100-hour experiences, right? That's not, they just aim for a really tight, really fucking good, like 8 to 12-hour experience, and I fucking love that. Because we don't get enough games that do that anymore. And I am so looking forward to that, because it's something I'll obviously be able to beat here in the next few weeks, without having to like sit there and dedicate you know, hundreds and hundreds of hours to do so. And I'm probably gonna have a really good time, because Resident Evil games are usually pretty tight from start to finish. Wow, Midnight, what is your go-to mount you use? I just use the random mount selector. I don't even know the names of any of my mounts, so I just have like that, right? The yellow, like randomized mount. I just click on that, and whatever mount it gives me, that's what I use. I don't pay that much attention. The only one I can even think of the name of right now is I do have like the, not a flying mount, but like the Core Hound, the mini Core Hound mount from the original 40-man raid Molten Core. I have the Core Hound mount. I like that one, but yeah, obviously you're flying a lot in the game. It's a non-flying mount. So, who in the community get to be RE9? Some guy named Joe. He accidentally bought 2 copies. So basically, according to what he said publicly on my stream, he said he bought a copy and he thought the sale didn't go through. So he went to a different retailer, bought another copy, and then the old retailer did charge him and send him a copy. So he ended up with 2 digital codes for the game, and you can't return those. So he offered it to me. I initially said no, and then he kept insisting because he knew I wanted to play the game. And eventually I'm like, okay, what am I? I don't want to like insult the guy. I just don't want to make this a habit where people buy me games. Now, to be fair, it's not like he, you know, bought it specifically for me. It was a retailer, a snafu, or he just didn't have patience in his email or whatever. But I just, the whole reason I was saying no is I just don't want this to be like people just buy me games. Like, no, don't buy me shit. You want to support the channel with your super chats, your memberships, your views, your likes. Don't buy me games. Have you heard anything about a third-party head strap for the Virtual Boy headset? Third-party head strap for the Virtual Boy headset. I have not heard of anything like that coming. It might exist, but I don't know. Okay. I gotta. Okay. You always enjoy your videos and content. Thanks, Lee. Ali says, what are your thoughts on Mother 3 being part of NSO but region locked to Japan? I mean, it's been this way. Mother 3 is never released here. Nintendo America does not find the game to be appropriate. I think it's bullshit. There's other reasons as well, some licensing stuff, but look, Nintendo America is famous for their censorship of even their own games. So I don't know. Feels weird because Reggie was president and Reggie publicly said he wanted the game. So there has to be some other reasons, I think, besides just NOA's censorship. And I'm not sure we'll ever know the full reasons why it just won't release outside Japan. I don't know. Like, when Reggie's president and wants it to happen and it can't happen, Obviously, there's something going on that's above Reggie's head. It could just be merely a licensing thing. There could be music licensing problems or some other issues that Nintendo can't get around, but have like perpetual license in Japan only, so they can keep re-releasing it there, but they can't do it anywhere else. I'm not 100% sure. Nintendo's never really elaborated on why. Would you ever dump cold water over your head for super chats? I would super chat for that. Sure, $100. $100. I mean, I put ice down my pants, but that was a Prime Gaming Fist thing. The Amazon headset for Switch 2, that Mike Odyssey showcase? Sure, I don't know. I don't watch most of Mike's content, so I have no idea. Why does it say you have 24.6 million members? Could you imagine? Why does it say that? I definitely do not have. I mean, I know why it says that, but it's weird that that's what there is. It's 246 out of 1,000. You wonder what Tripper thinks of the PS5U gamepad? He probably doesn't have it, so he touts the Portal a lot as being better than Switch 2, which is always hilarious considering that the Portal is useless on its own without internet. I remember when Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew was the thing, you kept getting donations to mix alcohol with it and drink it. It's still here, just nobody requests it. I can't do it this week anyways, but it never went anywhere. I still have it. I only have like 2 or 3 cans left, so, but it's still here.
Stoke to Game has donated 500 and says, I am buying the Galaxy 1 and 2 Switch bundle next month, immediately after I see the Galaxy movie.
Okay, cool. Is it going to be your first time playing the Galaxy games? Antonio says, I've been watching your videos while working and it helps me stay up. Thanks. Thanks. I appreciate positive comments like that. I keep losing power. I hope it doesn't go out during the direct. Well, I mean, thankfully it's an indie world, so it's only 15 minutes. You know, you can probably just watch it on your phone, can't you? Unless you don't have one, I suppose. I always just assume everyone that shows up in my stream clearly has a cell phone, a smartphone with service. But yeah, show's about to start. We'll flip on over. Or will we? No, we will. Give me a second here. No. No. Here we go. Let me turn off the music. All right. Show is about to get going here. Oh, that's right. We got to get this chat out of here. There we go. All right. Show is about to begin. Any moment now. These Thunderstash showing up right on time. Got to catch his indie world, you know. Stash plays a shitload of indie games. Dude, I love their splash screen intros. They're so cool. Ah, that bus game. This game is so ridiculous.
Hola a tothom, sóc en David.
I jo l'Àngel.
Som d'Undercoders, l'estudi independent de Barcelona que hi ha darrere de Janc.
Com heu vist, a Dance
Dance
Attack
Attack.
viatges en un tren acrobàtic a través d'un Japó futurista i colorit, executant trucs amb estil per aconseguir la millor puntuació mentre lluites contra bosses i alliberes les vies del control d'una megacorporació malvada.
Ens hem inspirat moltíssim a la cultura japonesa i en l'energia dels jocs arcade clàssics per crear un món que es senti expressiu, rebel i molt ràpid.
Avui tenim el plaer d'anunciar un parell de coses molt emocionants. En primer lloc, que Dance Attack sortirà el 17 de juny amb una skin de tren exclusiva per a Nintendo Switch 2.
I en segon lloc, avui més tard, tindreu disponible a la Nintendo eShop una demo gratuïta de Janc Attack per a Nintendo Switch 2. We hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
All aboard for the latest indie world. I'm Marissa.
And I'm Thomas. We're excited to showcase another packed lineup of new indies headed to the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch systems.
Forgive me, but I can't wait to introduce this next game coming to Nintendo Switch. Let's take a look.
안녕하세요.
indie
한국게임개발사 드림모션의 이준영입니다.
안녕하세요. 아티스트 최은진입니다.
안녕하세요. 프로그래머 류성중입니다.
마이리를 퍼피는 실제로 제가 입양해 키웠던 강아지 봉구와 함께했던 이야기에 꿈과 소망을 더해 만든 게임입니다. 가장 개인적인 것이 가장 창의적인 것이다 라는 말처럼 마이리를 퍼피가 만남과 이별 그리고 재회에 관한 우리 모두의 이야기로 여러분들의 마음속에 남게 되면 좋겠습니다.
게임 속 귀여운 강아지들은 팀의 모든 아티스트들이 쏟아부은 놀라운 노력의 결과물입니다.
마이리를 퍼피가 강아지를 좋아하는 세상 모든 분들의 마음속에 감동으로 기억되는 작품이 되면 좋겠습니다.
감사합니다.
There's an old saying that when you depart from this world, the dog who went ahead will warmly welcome you.
A heartwarming hope at the core of the wonderfully wholesome My Little Puppy, a new adventure inspired by the director's own Welsh corgi.
Play as Bongu, a rescued dog and bestest boy who, after a simple yet joyful life, crosses the rainbow bridge to doggy heaven.
After what seems like an eternity, Bongu awakes from a nap to a familiar scent, his daddy.
Embark on a journey to meet
Doggos.
Bongu's dad, an expedition out of doggy heaven and into the afterlife that may hold unexpected dangers.
All dogs go to heaven.
Just as Bongu's dad once rescued him, it's his turn to return the favor in My Little Puppy, bounding its
Dude,
way
I
onto
remember when
Nintendo
that movie
Switch,
came
May
out, All
29th.
Dogs Go to Heaven, or whatever.
Next up,
And it was
let's
totally
take a look
not a
at some indies
kid-appropriate
headed
movie.
for Nintendo Switch 2,
At
including
all.
some also headed to Nintendo Switch.
I'm so excited.
Totally watched it as a kid. It was not kid appropriate.
Heave!
Ho!
Heave!
Ho 2!
Introducing the high-flying follow-up to the ultimate friend-flinging party game.
Grab hands, arms, or even heads to form chains of up to 4 players, then grapple and swing to reach the goal, avoiding lethal hazards and the deadly void below.
Each player needs to grab and release at just the right moment to form chains. If anyone loses their grip, it can send the whole group to their doom.
There are 8 themed worlds to explore, thrilling exotic locations like a medieval land, a space station, and of course, a kitchen.
In each one, play with brand new mechanics like rocket navigation, coordinated cookery, and plenty of other surprises.
Swing into action with local 4-player co-op or online multiplayer, a franchise first. Plus, game share is supported, so if one player has the game, they can share it locally or online with up to 3 other players. Get ready to get a grip in Heave Ho 2, launching on Nintendo
Return to
Switch 2
Oz. Oh
and
my God.
Nintendo Switch this
Yeah.
summer.
Dude, there were a lot of like shows and movies back then.
At the
that
end of the day, there's
they're
nothing like
really
closing
good,
up
but
shop, throwing on some
they're
comfy
definitely
clothes,
not.
and
Dungeon diving for wondrous relics?
we should
I
have
was
watched it
going
as
to
kids,
say
but we
having a
didn't.
nice hot cup of cocoa, but that works too.
In Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault, continue your double life as a crafty merchant by day and a fearless adventurer by night.
Will is back in business after an interdimensional collector seizes control of their beloved village and dungeons. Will and the other townsfolk are forced to find a new home.
Now, settled in the town of Tresna, it's up to you to set up a new shop and grow it into the thriving heart of the village's prosperity.
Dive into vibrant dimensions brimming with shiny loot and pesky enemies. Then vanquish them using an extensive combat system with different weapon types and flashy combos.
Don't forget your trusty backpack. It's your best friend while collecting loot, so make sure to carefully arrange your treasure to maximize your profits.
Trust your instincts to plot clever routes through your dungeon runs. The
This one
further
looks
you delve,
interesting.
the greater the reward.
This is the first
How
game
far
they've
will you dare to
shown
go?
that I have a little
After
interest
each escapade, put your hard-earned treasure on sale. That's where your shop owner charm will shine. Grow and decorate your shop, get to know your customers, and set your prices to score the perfect deal.
Go from castaway to
interesting.
friendly neighbor, and find a new home among the stranded. In Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault, opening up shop on the Nintendo Switch 2 system this year.
Hello. We're the team behind Widow. Do you remember a time when your backyard and neighborhood streets felt like the entire world?
Хоть мы выросли в разных местах, нас объединяет одно
Kind of.
общее чувство.
When I was a kid.
Это Фокси,
I suppose.
сердце нашей истории, и она так-то собрала нас вместе.
Denn auch wenn wir erwachsen sind, ist diese Magie aus unserer Kindheit nie verschwunden.
So from all of us here, we hope you enjoy the game. Thanks.
Wouldn't it be nice just to slow down and get back to when things were simpler?
Ah, it sure would.
Well, in Widow, you do just that. In
Everything's
this
made of
cozy
wood.
diorama puzzle game, you assemble wooden scenes piece by piece, like a 3D coloring book.
As you place objects in their correct spots, each scene slowly fills with color and comes to life, revealing charming animations and delightful surprises.
Follow the story of Foxy the Fox and Ben the Frog through a series of interconnected dioramas, each capturing a unique moment from their shared adventure.
The game adapts to your pace, while the narrator's voice keeps you company. Plus, plenty of funny characters and silly emotes are sure to put a smile on your face.
And mouse controls are also supported on Nintendo Switch 2. Settle into a world that comes together one piece at a time in Widow, slotting onto the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch systems this summer. The Unchosen has returned. Your village has been captured. All your friends and family are trapped in corrupted crystal, and it's all up to you to save them.
Shoot! That sounds like an adventure.
A mini-shoot adventure. Take control of a swift and responsive spaceship as you blast your way through this modern, twin-stick shooting twist on the classic 8-bit adventure formula.
Overcome bosses in intense
I don't know
bullet-filled
that
battles
I don't
by
know that
finding
I've ever
primordial
called
powers
games like
that
this
soup up
twin
your
stick
combat
shooters.
abilities.
You can also upgrade your ship by leveling up, finding various items,
It is
and buying
interesting calling
equipment.
this a twin
Don't
stick
forget
shooter.
to rescue your adorable friends.
not technically
They'll all
wrong.
help you in their own special
this
way.
isn't what
The
I think of
primordial
when I think of
powers
a
will
twin
also
stick
unlock
shooter.
exploration abilities that open up the map bit by bit, unraveling a beautiful world to discover at your own pace.
Explore lush caverns, ancient temples, and sunken cities, each environment full of its own unique treasures, challenges, and secrets.
Take on the Unchosen in Mini-Shoot Adventures, flying onto the Nintendo
Switch 2
Switch 2
edition.
and Nintendo Switch systems later today.
What is the dark? Is it ugly and cruel? Is it a place for monstrosities? For fools lost in the woods? A terrible void where all your nightmares come true.
Switch 2.
Hi, I'm Bryce. And I'm Jambel, and we're devs on the team making Rotwood here at Clay Entertainment in Vancouver, Canada. We grew up playing games shoulder to shoulder with friends. Inspired by the moment-to-moment strategy of fighting games and the big bosses of RPGs, Rotwood was developed to recapture the spirit of those good times.
We wanted progress to feel like it comes not just from new gear, but from you, the player, actually improving, so that each hunt you learn something new that inspires ideas for your next run. We've poured ourselves into Rotwood, and we hope you enjoy it.
Chaos rules!
And big old corrupted beasts drool in
Rotwood, a brand new side-scrolling brawler from the studio behind the Don't Starve series.
Your home's been overrun by some hyped-up hostiles, so it's time to take up arms and dive into the fray.
Master a diverse combat system that rewards those who sharpen their skills. Want to get up close and crush some enemies? Wield a hammer.
Want to be a deadeye that snipes baddies from afar? Take aim with a bow.
Practice and perfect combo attacks for each weapon type to reach your destructive potential.
Experiment with gear combos to refine your build. Earn epic loot through victories. Then use it to face ever-increasing challenges.
And you'll need all the help you can get. Boss fights are not just a test of strength, but of wits. Study attack patterns carefully to find their weakness, and use well-placed strikes to hit them where it hurts.
A little extra muscle always helps too. Grab up to 3 of your friends either locally or online, and face the rots together.
Choose your weapon and get ready to take on the frenzied foes of Rotwood, hacking and slashing its way onto the Nintendo Switch 2 system as a console exclusive
Rotwood.
later today.
There you go. Another shadow drop. There's 2 shadow drops.
Most of the time, I'm wondering if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing to have the optimal teenage experience.
The teenage experience is unobtainable.
Because you know the perfect song for every moment. What song would be playing now?
I don't think it's been written yet.
It's time to shine the spotlight on this brand new action RPG from the makers of Guacamelee and Nobody Saves the World.
In Blighted, the evil Sorcisto has consumed your village and infected the world with a deadly blight.
You are the lone survivor of Sorcisto's rampage, fighting to reclaim the memories of your people before you succumb.
But that same power can also be turned to your advantage. As you progress through this psychedelic western landscape, you'll accumulate blight by defeating enemies. The higher your blight, the fiercer enemies become, making combat harder, but also more rewarding.
Combat is nuanced and deadly for players of any level. Carefully time your attacks to weave through enemies, chain together combos, and perform powerful finishers to defeat punishing bosses.
Uncover dark mysteries as you explore this surreal and vibrant world, backed by a haunting original score.
Upgrade your hero at checkpoints, or by talking to key characters on your journey. And if you need a helping hand, a friend can drop in via local or online multiplayer for some 2-player co-op action.
Harness the power of blight and unravel the mysteries of a twisted world in Blighted, creeping its way onto the Nintendo Switch 2 system this fall.
Hi, I'm Justin from Prophecy Games in Atlanta, Georgia.
Hi, I'm Jess.
And I'm Scott. We love the feeling of progression you get in roguelikes, and we were inspired to create an FPS roguelike in our favorite genre, sci-fi.
Sci-fi lets us imagine futures just out of reach, and in Dead Zone Rogue, everyone pulls you deeper into that world, starting when you awaken on a mysterious ship.
We've worked hard to craft rich, immersive atmospheres, unique enemies, and snappy gunplay that leaves a lasting impact.
We hope you enjoy playing Dead Zone Rogue as much as we do.
A spaceship overrun with biomechanical creatures, an arsenal of modifiable weapons, and a mysterious origin to uncover. That's what awaits in Dead Zone Rogue, a new sci-fi shooter that combines tight, satisfying gunplay with strategic progression.
Select missions and squad up with friends, or fight solo through a series of challenging rooms with support for mouse controls using the Joy-Con 2 controllers.
Gain perks and permanent upgrades by defeating enemies and bosses in high-intensity loops.
With hundreds of builds and a variety of foes, each run feels epic and unique.
All of this is backed by a rip-roaring original soundtrack.
Yeah, there's probably one more game after this, guys.
Fight, revive, adapt, repeat in Dead Zone Rogue, emerging from the void on the Nintendo
I guess it could
Switch
be the
2
last
system,
game.
March 17th.
I feel like there'll be one more.
Before we go, let's check out some more exciting indie games heading to Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch.
Oh, they're gonna do like a sizzle reel. Yeah, they sometimes do a sizzle reel before the last show, the last game. Demo today.
That's all for today.
That's it. There's no one more.
Thomas, are you taking notes?
I have to. It might be a clue.
A clue for what?
The last game.
Oh, okay. There's one more.
Welcome to Mount Holly, the mysterious manor with locked doors and 45 shifting rooms.
In Blueprints, you embark on a first-person, genre-bending journey filled with a unique mix of mystery, strategy, and puzzles that weave together to create an unpredictable experience.
The mansion
There it
resets
is.
every day, and every doorway becomes a choice.
Blueprints
So,
officially
manage your
coming over.
resources carefully to further your discoveries and get closer to finding the fabled Room 46.
Use mouse controls with the Joy-Con 2 controller to probe and poke at the manor's secrets, unraveling mysteries by discovering letters, diaries, and other revealing materials.
Take notes and draft your own adventure in Blueprints, available on the Nintendo Switch 2 system later today.
Oh, it's a shadow drop!
Now that we've solved that
3 of
mystery,
them.
that's really all for
It's
today's
available
Indie World.
right
We
now.
hope you enjoyed the games in today's showcase.
A big thank you, as always, to our indie community and partners for bringing their craft, adventures,
that's a good
and
final
imaginations
announcement right
to
there.
players on Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch.
That's a good final
Follow our
announcement.
official Indie World account to stay up to date
Like,
on
look,
all the
there's no
latest news
Mina.
from Indie World.
I really
next
wanted a
time,
Mina date.
Happy
That's okay.
gaming.
That's okay. Yachtclub Games will give us that date when they're ready. But man, oh man, oh man. Blueprints. This is, guys, am I crazy to say this is like maybe the best Indie World we've ever had? Is this like an insane thing for me to say? That this is the best Indie World we've ever had? That was really, really good. Like, yeah, I'm not into all of the games, but there was enough games in there that I was into. And then the other games look good for people that would like that kind of stuff. Dude, that Indie World was banger. And I didn't even get the game I wanted. Solid, good presentation is not. C would have been a D if not for Blueprints. Jeez. Yeah, I'm going to put a poll up. I'm going to do it on the community post section here. So let's go over here and get this poll up. All right, so I have it. I just posted it up in the community section here. So we'll see what happens. C+ so far exceeds that horrible February partner showcase. Jesus Christ. Some of you guys are harsh, man. It was a B for me. A couple games I'll look into. That was fire. Winter Band 07. Have we ever had a direct be this short before? 15 minutes? Yes. We've had other Indie Worlds be 15 minutes. Yes. 15 minutes is not unheard of. What was that on Nintendo Switch 2 logo? Ratatan? I have no idea. Let's see here. I was hoping for Mina, but that Indie World shows just how creative indie devs are compared to modern big devs. I mean, look, to be fair, indie devs don't need to sell as many copies for their game to be successful. So experimentation is much easier to do when the budgets are really low than it is when the budgets are really high, because you need to get a certain amount of sales. It's really hard to put a large budget, super unique and inventive and creative game out there, because that might be the end of your whole studio if it doesn't sell really well. The way to get there is to slowly build things up, like what happened back in the day. Like Nintendo can put big money into some of their games because they slowly built it up. They started with really small budget games. You slowly build up. That's the way to do it. Too many people try to come in with a new AAA studio and go big budget right away, and then it bombs and now your studio doesn't exist. It's like, well, don't do that. You start small and work your way up to be able to make games like that. Jerome says, Nintendo fans just rate everything high sometimes. Like, seriously, what would be an A indie world would be if they had the craziest indies ever? Some of you guys need better perspectives on range. Don't just slop all. Jerome, it's fine that you didn't enjoy the indie world, but why do you got to rain on people that did? That's the real question. You're basically saying anyone who enjoyed this and gives it like an A is they like slop because it's just games you don't like? Like, let's just be clear here. You haven't played any of these games most likely. and you're calling it all slop. That doesn't make any sense at all. Like literally at all. Just because they're games that don't interest you. It's weird. It's weird, man. Will there be a bonus podcast? No. We don't usually do bonus shows for Indie Worlds. We got our podcast tomorrow night, guys. Let's see here. It was B+. Lots of B+ out there. Yeah, I don't like that sort of opinion. You're basically just saying that anyone who likes games that you don't is stupid. It's like it's just a really terrible outlook. I mean, the question is, are we going to talk a lot about the indie world on Wednesday? That I don't know. We often don't even really talk much about the indie worlds, but if Stash and all the rest want to talk about the indie world, they totally can. I'm not going to have like a whole lot to add. But yeah, we'll probably cover a little bit of the indie world. We're going to be covering a bit of Xenoblade Chronicles X just for a small moment. It's not really going to be its own topic. I just want to give Nish Quick Pops a chance to talk about it because I know he's been dying to talk about it to a bigger audience. The Switch 2 update. But we will have like a Pokemon. Maybe we'll just do like a presentation topic where we have like Pokemon and Indie World, like the presents and Indie World kind of put together. It's basically Wind and Waves and Indie World put together in one topic. We can talk about all of it there. Let's see here. Stash could probably talk about multiple hours. He could probably talk about an hour on each indie game show that interested him. Yeah, you're hoping for Mouse PI. Yeah, me too. We didn't see it today though. So we had Pokemon Day last week, Indie World this week. So could there be a Nintendo Direct next week? I don't think there'll be one next week, but yes, I'll be live tonight. All right, guys, we're gonna call it there. Mostly because Yulia had to go to the store, and for some reason my bank card is locked. So before she gets there and tries to check out and it doesn't work, I need to call my bank and get my card unlocked. I don't know what happened, but there's no erroneous charges on my account, so I gotta get that sorted out. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'll catch you guys tonight. Peace out.